soul train. Hey, we're gonna go on a little adventure today. We're gonna boat from here upriver to Harpers Ferry. There's some class 3 rapids between here and there, so it ought to be a fun little ride. The Blue Bridge, that's where we're starting. Point of Rocks in Virginia. It's fairly clear though, so that's nice. I don't know if you can see the bottom. I bet you can now. All right, so I just wanted to take a quick break to show you something. Well, I'll show you an infamous spot on the river. If you look right over here, that's where I got bit in the butt by a beaver. A rabid beaver. Honest, I even have it on video. The thing came up behind me, kind of grabbed me around the waist. I thought it was some kid or something just playing with me, and started biting me on the butt. And I had to get, ended up having to, well, kill it. And I took it to the health department. They tested it and 100% had rabies. So I had to get my booster shots for rabies. So I had the pre-exposure. You know, one thing a little bit scary that I forgot all about is that there's a couple of places across the river where back in like the 1800s there were dams. They actually had dams across this thing, and I noticed there were 2 places where there were spikes sticking up, big iron spikes, and I think that would be very bad if we hit one of those. I don't know if it'd puncture the hull unless it was like angled toward us. Tortoise, like a turtle. I don't know if it might, but rocks and stuff, now we're not going to be happy if we hit a shallow rock, but this is made to bump off of rocks and go airborne or whatever. I don't want to do that, but just so you know, it's not as dangerous as long as you don't get thrown out as you might think. All right, let's get fired back up before we coast into the rocks and work our way into Harpers Ferry. We made it to Harpers Ferry. That's the train bridge. That's Maryland Heights up there. You can actually hike to the top of it. There's several trails. We'll go a little bit further up. There's a dam up here, dam number 3. I'm not going to go through that because when we went through there before with a bunch of boats, it was pretty hairy. And I mean, the rapids weren't as big as down here, but there were just a lot of rocks, and a couple of the boats got hung up. And if I get hung up by myself, it's going to be really hard to drag myself off of this thing. Anyway, we'll go up just a little bit further, and then we'll turn around and go back. I might do a little fishing on the way back, I'm not sure, but if I do, I'll probably break the video up so it's not too long. Let's go a little bit further up. What do you say? Okay, as you see, it starts to get pretty shallow. There is a channel on this side, but it kind of fans out all the way across this valley, so it's really, really shallow. Now, when we were here last time, there was like 6 or 8 boats or something like that. The river was probably just a little bit lower than it is now, so I know we could make it, but I don't want to chance it. All right, back through Harpers Ferry. I'll give you some highlights, and then we'll call it a day. So this is the Shenandoah River. They meet right back there. It's part of Harpers Ferry over there. That's one, I think, Virginia's Island. That's had a bunch of factories there. The Shenandoah here is really rocky and kind of, it's too shaky for me to go up on my own. But there's also a really big rapid called Bull Falls. I don't know if we could get past that or not, because it drops down about 3 or 4 feet. All right, let's head back down, and we'll go through the what's called White Horse Rapids. Those are the big ones down there, and then kind of chill out for a few minutes. You ready? I'm not sure at what point I lost you back there, but I noticed that the camera was folded over. But we made it. Those are the worst rapids. Now it's smooth sailing, as long as you watch out for the rocks. All right, enough rest for the weary. Let's keep going. Well, that didn't work. I tried to go down this little side channel and it dead ends right here. And I'm in some really shallow water, and that's what I was trying to avoid today, and I didn't try hard enough apparently. I'm 100% bottomed out right here, but I think if I can push or pull over to that little channel, maybe can bebop out of here and get back to the main river right there. I have faith we can do this. It could have been much worse. Okay, first thing we're going to do is try to clear the grate, just in case we got some sticks in there. That's twice. Now we're going to slowly motor our way out, hopefully. Alright, we got forward propulsion. Oh, excellent. That's the one or not, is it? I turned it off before we get the impeller clogged up. Alright, I'm going to work my way out of here without the camera on so I can pay attention. Well, that totally wasn't fun. Had to drag it a ways. If it had been 2 inches lower, we'd be stuck back here. I'd have to literally dig out in front of it. But we made it. That's Harpers Ferry up that way with the troll train. We're going that way to the beaver bite hole.
Exactly what she's saving, where it is, or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby.